This podcast is sponsored by Oracle. The world is changing at a rapid pace, forcing organizations to evaluate and redesign the employee experience. Introducing Oracle Me, part of the Oracle Cloud HCM. Oracle Me is the only complete employee experience platform that empowers talent to connect, grow, and thrive. Built natively as part of the end-to-end HCM system and working across multiple business channels, Oracle Me gives business leaders the power to create tailored experiences by better understanding each employee, personally and professionally, to meet them where they are and take them where they want to be. To learn more, visit oracle.com/employee-experience.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of HR Famous. I'm Madeline and I'm here with two of my good friends, Tim Sackett and Jessica Lee. And it has been quite a busy few weeks. We are now in summer. And hi, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to see you both.
I know you guys both of your kids, all the kids are out now and just literally losing their minds.
Yeah, I'm on vacation. So this is the first vacation week. We go right away as soon as school is done. And I actually have a question for both of you about vacation and out of office replies, because I don't use one. And I think that offends some people that I don't use one, but I also don't want people to think they can't email me, because I do email and I do some calls on vacation, and that's just my preference.
Yeah.
What do you think about out of office?
Well, so I'm not an out of office response person either, because I'm available. Am I really ever offline? I'm a workaholic. I work always. So I don't, but I do put on the calendar for my boss, my team, that I'm out of the office, and they know, at least calendar wise, I'm gone. And so they're pretty respectful, but I always want to be available. But I know that doesn't set a good example, especially for my team. And I do think people do some really clever, smart out of offices to say I'm enjoying time doing this. Or at Marriott, people will say I'm out visiting some of our hotels and enjoying it, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not there.
I can't remember the last time I actually turned on an out of office, reply message. I think for me, it's always, I'm a business owner. So you're always on, I can't, yeah. I mean, you, Madeline, I can't remember the last time I took a vacation where I didn't take a call or didn't respond to email. You tend to have to keep on top of some of that stuff. Now, my team knows when I'm gone or on vacation. They'll limit the number of interactions, but even then they just kind of know. Plus, especially my leadership team, there's definitely an expectation that I have of them to say, hey, I will never reach out to you on your vacation, just to reach out to you. If I reach out to you, something's going wrong and I need you to interact right away. And they know that, right? And again, it's rare, but they know the expectation is, and again, we have unlimited PTO, and I give them ultimate flexibility. So it's if I need you, and that means it could be when you're on vacation,
Right. Yeah. When I get somebody else's out of office, I won't email them for the whole time they're gone. I would never send another email.
I'll never email them again.
I would never. Yeah.
I'm who is this soft motherfucker? Can't out of office email? What?
I forget it.
But you know what though? I have seen some also I think out of office responses are so fascinating. I've seen some really good ones lately also where they do where am I? How long am I gone? How do you get in touch with me? Type of thing. And it's really straightforward. But then I just also feel I see some really shoddy ones where it just says I'm on PTO, period. And I'm
yeah.
Can you sign your name? You want to say something more? I don't know. It's an anthropological study around out of office.
Also, you want to know who your number one or number two person is, if they, because that's and I'll give a shout out to Josh Dwayne from Paradox, because I actually it was Elise Meyer. They're not. She's their VP of marketing, whatever. She's out on maternity leave. And it says hey, she actually put her boss, hey, contact my boss, Josh, if I'm out, if you need to reach me. I think so many people end up putting underling type people, right? not above. It's like, hey, don't send me your all your email and calls. I don't want that crap.
Right. And shout out to Paradox because they give an amazing maternity leave policy. I think she's out for like 3 or 4 months. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing by U.S. standards.
Oh, amazing by anything I've experienced. Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
so you're on vacation, and then you know you're going to be on vacation, but really the vacation's for the boys, and you just keep working as normal.
Yeah, it's it's a parenting vacation where you're exhausted at the end of it, and you have to make lunch and dinner and breakfast every day. And
Yeah, Kim and I always thought like we needed a vacation after the vacation. Like especially when the kids were little, like people that go to like Disney or Universal or any of those, that's the most exhausting vacation in the history of the planet. You need a vacation from that vacation. Like it's terrible.
It's not a vacation. You're taking a trip with children. And I swear that like day back to work for me is like, oh, it's like there's quiet, there's calm. I'm with adults. Like that is the vacation.
We're not frosting cookies at the Ritz. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a workout. Like I think we did Universal and Disney, and it was like, I was like, this is my workout. This is my 1 week of manic exercise, running around from ride to ride. And now I get to go home and relax and work.
Yeah.
And sit in front of my laptop and eat.
Madeline, did you send the kids to like day camp during the summer when they're like, so they,
day camp. We haven't done the overnight camp thing yet. Jessica, I don't know if you're doing the overnight camp thing, but everyone started. Like my oldest son is going into 7th grade, so everybody's doing the overnight camp, and we didn't do it this year, but I did. I went 8 weeks overnight camp.
Wow.
Did you 8 weeks?
Now you have, like those are expensive now. It's like a couple grand for a week to go, right? So like if you went 8 weeks, like you're like paying for a semester of college for them just to get them out of your hair for the summer, which might be worth it, I guess. I don't know.
When I went to overnight camp, they did 2 semesters. So it was like 4 weeks was $400.
Oh,
8 weeks was $800. Now I just saw a list and it was $10,000 for 8 weeks.
This is insane. What? It's insane.
Insane. From $800. Yeah. My parents were like, bye-bye, leave.
Oh my gosh. We're just doing day camps. But by the way, my daughter, because she is my daughter, they have this whole camper of the day scheme. And this week is like their first week at camp. Amazingly, my son got camper of the day the first day where we were like, whoa, that's wild. We didn't see that one coming. But she was like, she's competitive and an achiever. So yesterday I pick her up. And she's like, I got camper of the day. I'm like, wow. And she was like, I wanted it. She's like, I asked them, what do I need to do to get camper of the day? And she sought it out. And she was like, I helped clean up and no other kids did. I was the only one. And like, she was so proud that she got it. And I just was like, wow, she's like my little perfect child. I mean, the other one's good too. Like he got it on his own. But the fact that she sought it out, she wanted to know, what are the expectations? What do I need to do? I want that certificate.
But now that she has it, like, will she try to go for more?
No, probably not. I think you can only get it once a summer. And so, but she was like, I have to get it. I was like, wow, it's amazing.
I think you should get the mommy of the day for having 2 kids getting camper of the day.
I know, in the first week.
Yeah. By the way, that camp counselor totally messed up. They should have said like, they should have gave it to her at the end of the summer and made her clean up every single day.
Totally.
Gosh, that'd be so cruel. That'd be cool.
Hey, that's what happens. Like if you've been to camp, like they're cruel sometimes.
It's true. So we talked, I think, a few times. I know Tim and I, we've talked a bunch about recession, what this means. Is this, making everything slow down with hiring, speed up? Is it just the same? Tim, we did a roundtable about a month ago with a bunch of TA leaders for the Josh Bersin Academy. And it felt like just 2021. Like everyone was like, business is normal. We're crazy. We're losing recruiters. We're hiring like crazy. We can't, meet all of our goals that we need to meet. It just is this crazy energy that we've had from last year. And then we saw this article come out this week that people have been sharing on social that tech hiring is not slowing down, even with all the rumblings of recession. What do you think about hiring and this, recession coming up and tech hiring specifically? Is this just going to continue and be crazy land forever?
Yeah, I think like, again, part of that was we saw that like LinkedIn had like their headline was tidal wave of layoffs hit San Francisco, and I'm like, tidal wave, and like one of the examples they gave was like this company laid off 8% of their workforce, and it was 85 people, and like, calm down on the tidal wave, right? We still have 12 million open jobs, and most of those 12 million open jobs are tech jobs. Like, it's still like, if you're a tech worker, you have no issues right now. If Tesla laid you off, you're going to be just fine. To me, like, I still believe like we don't demographically in the US, like we don't have enough humans. So 12 million open jobs, like 3 years ago, we had 6 million open jobs. Like, even if we went back 3 years ago to 6 million open jobs, if people remember 2019, it was still so hard to hire. Like, we still had massive issues to hire at 6 million open jobs. So it's like, do we really think this is happening? I think especially in the tech world, especially in Silicon Valley, when everything went remote, everyone just hired like drunken sailors, and these companies overhired. And then now they started to get their feet underneath them. Their stock price tanked 60, 70%. Their executives have to go out to their shareholders and go, oh, we're doing something, which all they're doing is basically cutting the fat and saying, oh, well, okay, we'll stop spending money like drunken sailors and we'll just spend it like normal sailors, that are not drunk. And so any of these companies, if they, you jet off 8, 10%, it's not like when you go to Tesla, it's like, oh, we're laying off 10% of our workforce. They still have hundreds of jobs open. Like, they just have a bunch of people they hire that aren't doing anything, and, they're getting rid of them. And not just Tesla. This is really every company, right, has that. So.
But isn't like, I'd be curious from a data perspective on like what kind of roles people are still hiring for, and I don't think there is a slowdown, because I think that there's still, like, I know we're not using the term anymore, but the whole great resignation, people are leaving, people are going for other jobs, and so the hiring that's probably happening is backfills of like roles that are now vacant, as opposed to some of the hiring that was happening before, to Tim's point, where we're just hiring like crazy, like drunken sailors, to use his term. And so I just think the slowdown probably hasn't happened. And then also it's very targeted where you do have layoffs, like with Tesla, for example. They laid off a certain percentage of their workforce, but it was like targeted in a specific business unit, as opposed to like an entire slowdown. Like, they basically laid off a good chunk of their energy business, which is completely separate from their vehicles side of the company. And so I don't know, I just feel like the headlines, people are really like looking for those clicks, but I don't know if like the data is, like, the story is being told like really grounded in data.
Yeah, Madeline, are you hearing any specific industries that are like kind of shutting down a little bit, or just kind of slowing down?
No, not at all. Like, and I ask vendors too, like, are you seeing it
Yeah.
in terms of like companies slowing down and spending on tech or anything else? And nobody's really feeling it right now. I think a lot of the layoffs are just natural parts of business that have always been happening. We just weren't seeing them as major news stories. And I think Jessica's right. It's like specific divisions that are kind of rethinking and reevaluating their process. The one thing that I have seen shift quite a bit in the past 2 years is like the definition of high growth.
Yeah.
Like, what we would have thought would have been a high growth company would have been a tech company 3 years ago. Now, like, so many industries are high growth. Like, they're expanding into new markets. They're trying to be tech companies, whatever it is. And with the definition of high growth comes potentially more layoffs or shifts or rethinking parts of the business. So I think that's part of it too. It's like this whole idea of who's high growth has changed quite a bit.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I do think when we take a look at just the average number of layoffs per month, like if you were to go back historically and track that, the amount of layoffs we're at isn't even close to the average. It's still way under.
Right.
And so it's like, I don't understand why the media wants to perpetuate that we're in this like death spiral. And again, I think we know because fear, obviously fear sells, so we know that's why they do it. But it seems so weird to me that we go from the hottest job market ever and the big, whatever, like resignation and 4.5, 5 million people changing jobs a month, to the sky is falling and everyone's losing their job. And it's like, nothing happens that quickly, but I think we've moved so quickly in media now where they have to have the next story and be on the next story before somebody else is. is that they're actually creating stories that aren't even there. Like the amount of layoffs that are happening right now, I mean, it's actually a pretty small overall number. If you go back to like 2015, 2016, 2017, which are just kind of normal, I would say in the modern world, normal growth, there is at least double or triple the amount of monthly layoffs were happening than what's happening right now. So it's like there's no perspective. And I think to your point, like Madeline, when you take a look at when we really start to see like a slowdown, the ATSs are great at doing this, where they'll take, or even like Indeed or LinkedIn, you'll start to see the charts of the number of open jobs, and like that chart that goes down. It's like, oh, we had this many open jobs and now we have this many. And they do that kind of stuff because it's clickbait and capturing, but it also shows that people are actually closing jobs, and there's not as many jobs open, which still could be historically a lot of jobs if we have 5 or 6 million open jobs.
Speaking of clickbait, though, like I'm sure we'll post this like in the liner notes, but like this article about, is tech hiring slowing down, like without calling anyone out, just such a condescending like quote article from an executive search firm just talking about like who is like slowing down on hiring. And I don't know, like, can we just be better when it comes to like being HR people or, recruitment firm people? Like the quote is literally cryptocurrency companies that seem to be run by middle schoolers thinking they're going to take over the world. Those are the ones.
Schoolers.
Like they are not running.
That's like some 60-year-old white dude running an executive recruiting agency just hates the world. Hates that somebody won't give him a bunch of crypto for his company.
He's 140 years old.
Yeah, he's 140 years old.
What is cryptocurrency?
Yeah. It's interesting too, because the other thing that I want to talk about today was LinkedIn and how it feels like LinkedIn has become this like Dear Diary chicken soup for the soul. And I wonder if this whole layoff conversation is also being driven by a lot of these LinkedIn posts, because it's not just the media, but it's like people, when they're laid off now, are going to LinkedIn and they're writing a 5-paragraph post about what it means to them personally and bringing in their kids and their families and the impact it has on them. And these posts are going viral and they're getting picked up by the algorithm, and we all see it, and they're getting 40, 50,000 likes. But LinkedIn has become almost this Dear Diary for every type of personal or professional situation. I just saw one about layoffs.
Everything. Like, I'm getting married. It's my anniversary. I just had another baby. I mean, it's everything. And I know like we are a whole person and we are not one dimensional. We're not just defined by our jobs, but like, I do wonder at a certain point, is LinkedIn going to like adjust their algorithm so that that's not the stuff that is like, even if it's getting engagement, I don't want to see it. That's like not why I'm there. I'm there to like read up on industry news, see what's happening with my professional network. Like, I do not want to see everything about your personal life.
Looking for the inside scoop on payroll? Whether you're a payroll pro or just curious about your paycheck, we've got 2 podcasts you cannot miss. It's About Payroll delivers the latest trends for payroll pros, and It's About Your Paycheck is here for employees, breaking down pay and rights in simple terms. 2 great shows, 2 great hosts, and endless insights to keep you informed and empowered. Subscribe now and elevate your payroll knowledge. Brought to you by Work Defined, where payroll meets people.
Yeah. And I get sucked in. Like, I have to admit, like when I see these posts and I'll look at the picture, like the puppy picture or the people picture, and I get sucked into these posts, and then I'm like, what am I doing? Where am I spending my time? Like the one, I think I texted both of you this one where it was like this guy was on a plane, the person in front of him pushed the seat back, it spilled his coffee on his suit. The flight attendant came over with a maxi pad and some tonic water, cleaned his suit. And this was like pages long of the maxi pad, tonic water, and how then he took a picture with this flight attendant and said, thank you so much. And and I'm like, what am I even what does this have to do with anything? And then there was a mom,
there is a model though, like, and again, it's so funny how quick, like, especially like the social media savvy people pick up on that model of what the algorithm is going to get. Because again, I'm a daily user of LinkedIn, have been a big proponent, an advocate of them for a long time. And if you ask them, they'll never tell you like what the algorithm and what, they don't give you any of the specifics. All they'll say is, oh, it's about engagement. And so, that whole kind of process is like, oh, I need like a 500 word, like, just like you said, story or whatever, and actually spaced out as well. Like, it's not just like put in one giant paragraph, like actually build almost like a blog post, but in a LinkedIn comment, and then put in a picture that you upload from your own device. So it's like a picture of yourself or you and your dog or a homeless puppy, and then hashtag it a couple of times, and like that's which goes. Like, I've tested this out to try to figure out on the engagement side, if you only do like a couple of sentences with that picture and a couple of hashtags, not the same engagement. You have to actually, they want you to build out like this story. And I'm guessing there's also some like wordplay in there in terms of the algorithm figuring out what you're talking about or whatever that might be. I'll give a shout out to Madison Butler. I think she's a blue hair recruiter on like LinkedIn or Twitter. Right? And she does in our space. She might do social media better than anybody. Like, she has figured it out. And her LinkedIn stuff goes viral almost every single time. Like, she does a really good job with it, but she knows the exact format, and everything she posts is in that format. Like, and it's like, and again, like, hey, like, I think, and like, she's not the only one there, but she does, to me, I think in the recruiting space, she does it, in an HR space, she does it better than anybody. I don't know. There's some other ones out there as well. And it's insane the amount of engagement you can get on some of that stuff.
Well, part of the format, like, and I've tested this, or I've had other people test this, and I've seen some success. It's like, you got to have like a single line first, and like your first sentence, your first paragraph can't be
call to action, something. Yeah.
Single sentence, one line, and then it forces you to click the more.
I hate work, period. And then, let's go down. Like,
yes. I got a phone call this morning, ...
By the way, you also can't put a link in there. The algorithm does not like you to post links outside of LinkedIn.
The thing. And then like, you put the link in your first comment, and you're like, in the comment.
Because everybody else are going, wait, well, what's the link to that? I want to see that or whatever. And then you got to put it in the comments. That's how they get away with that. But if you put it into the actual post, like, the algo doesn't pick that up. Like, it doesn't like that at all.
I did not know this. So I will tell you this. What does not get picked up is we launched a new research report at Aptitude Research. Here's the link. Like, those do not get picked up.
What you have to do is you take a screenshot of you shoveling like dirt in your garden, and then you put a big story about that research report and what it taught you about shoveling dirt in your garden, and how you're better off for it. And then you put the link to your research report.
That is what I will try today. Actually, I like that.
Just your feet on the beach with the boys playing on vacation, and how great it is for you to get away in that story, and then also talk about how you got abused as a child on the beach. That helps. Yep, and then put in. And then and that's why it led you to research, and then you can kind of put in some of that.
Yeah, perfect. That's when I said,
friends, I'm on the beach. I found a homeless puppy.
Yes.
And inspired me to.
And then also, the homeless puppy had a bottle in its mouth that had a message, and it's a motivational message
about research. It was a statistic.
I have a homeless puppy story though. Like, I have to tell you guys, like, I have never forgotten this story. Like, in Seattle, there's a fairly large homeless population there, and it's only gotten worse. But like, I was walking on the street one day, and I saw a man and his dog. They had a sign. They looked like they were homeless, and so I just stopped and I was like, hey, like, can I get something for your dog? I felt bad. So I was like, let me get something for your dog. And then he was like, yeah, that would be nice. There's like a grocery store right down the street. So I pop into the grocery store. Oh, actually, before I went to the grocery store, I said, okay, I'll get something for your dog. And then he said to me, this is probably the best part of the story. He said to me, okay, go inside a store on the left side of aisle 2. I need the wet food. And like, this is the kind that like my dog likes. And it's on the second to the, bottom row of the shelf. And I was so overwhelmed that I was like, okay,
what?
Exactly what he said, and I couldn't even question it. And so I went and got exactly that. And then I was like, well, let me get him some food too. And I was like, okay.
So you got him a can of the wet dog food as well?
So I got him some like fried chicken and potatoes. And then I got myself a pack of cigarettes because I was a smoker still then. So I come outside and I give him the wet food for his dog exactly as he requested, the exact brand. I said, here, I got you some food too. And then I walked away because I was just like so overwhelmed with like, oh my gosh, I think he just, I don't know. I was like, he told me exactly what to get. And then he was like, hey, wait a minute. I started to light up a cigarette. He's like, can I get a smoke too? Like, why don't you just give me the whole pack? And I just was so overwhelmed. I think I spent like $30 on the guy because I just was like, here, like he just told me exactly what to do. He had like a with the situation. And then here's the best part: like this guy followed me, this other guy, and I was like, oh, what does this guy want? He was like, hey, wait, come back here.
Yeah.
And he was like, I saw what happened. He was like, how much did you spend right there? And I was like, oh no, $30. And he opened up his wallet. He was like, here's $15. I know you were just trying to take care of the dog, but that guy just took all your money. And I was like,
oh, wow. This is an amazing story.
I know. God.
It's like a movie.
Yeah, and then what she's not telling you is that was Bobby J, and now they're married.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice though. That's a nice story.
That, like, drew me in. I was like,
oh my God, that was the perfect LinkedIn story. You could have had a picture of a guy, a homeless guy with his homeless dog, and Jay runs out that whole story. That is 100,000 like engagement and likes.
I know. Don't be upset if I post that and pretend that happened to me today.
Oh my gosh, I have really good homeless stories. I have another one about a homeless man who proposed to me, but we'll save that for another episode.
Oh, wow. You could be like the LinkedIn star with these stories. I feel like this is...
Madeline, I've tried to I'm like, because I write all the time and I'm thinking, oh, I should be able to write this crap on LinkedIn and get and try to and do the, and I sit down to go do it. And I'm like, I can't. Like I never have writer's block, but when I'm trying to put together one of these kind of stories for LinkedIn, I just totally check out. I'm just like, I can't, because I'm trying to make something up. Like, and I think everyone's like, oh, well, that's why, because you have to do real stuff. I'm like, none of these are real. Shut your mouth.
I know. Some of them are pretentious too, and I'm surprised that they get so many likes. Like this one woman, I think she was an HR professional, but she was like at this resort with her son, trying to enjoy like a European resort vacation. Her daughter just got an interview for like Google, and her daughter was nervous. She didn't know if she should go on the hike in the Alps with her son or talk to her daughter about the Google interview. She decided to go with her son on the hike and live life. And her daughter got the job. And it was like,
her daughter killed herself.
A million likes.
A million likes.
I was like, what is this story about? And like, are people really liking this Alps European vacation story? No one can relate to this.
I know. I wish LinkedIn would just come out. Like, again, I think I get tired of like all of that fake content, because you go out there and you're like, well, I just want to see like Madeline's research report. Like, I'm nerdy that way. Like, that's what I want to see. I want to see more of that.
Or this is who I'm hiring. Like LinkedIn used to be like, we're hiring for I liked those posts because it kept me on top of like what companies were hiring right now, what roles they're hiring for. And I don't see any of that anymore.
No, now we get a little bit of the Business Insider kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
it's like tidal wave of layoffs in San Francisco. It's like, oh my God, the world is falling.
That's what they need to do, like real like headlines like that, where the voice comes out like that. That's amazing, Tim.
I like that.
By the way, the other LinkedIn algorithm hack is uploaded raw video. So if you take if you do a video on your LinkedIn app on your phone and you upload that will always get more engagement. So same thing, like Madeline, like you have to do a video of you at the beach going, I deserve this because I just spent 14 weeks in the basement putting together this research report and I'm on my 5th bottle of wine today. Don't judge me. And then put the link to your research report in the comments.
Find a puppy, a homeless puppy.
Yeah. And I saved this homeless puppy and we were drinking wine together for 3 days.
We're on your 5th bottle.
Dang, 5th bottle, Madeline. Wow.
So Madeline, here's a vacation question. Do you bring like your wine or do you buy it when you get there?
Buy.
Because you guys fly or drive. You guys drove.
Yeah, then there's a ferry. So
okay.
I buy it, but I'm not picky, so I'm not the best person to ask. Whatever
the convenience store has.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Kendall Jackson in.
Yeah, natty ice.
Gosh,
Done.
I love you. I'm not picking with wine or coffee either. I'm like it's the same. Let's
It's the
not.
same. I'll be fine. After one glass, I don't even know the difference. So
Exactly. It all
yeah,
tastes the same at that point.
yeah.
It's so funny. All right. So, hey, this is our homework, and everybody can go check our LinkedIn profiles. We have to try to put one up, and we'll see who gets the most engagement.
Oh, I love this. I'm doing the live
But
video.
nobody, all Jessica has to do is her stupid homeless puppy story, and that's going to get more than anything. Because at the end, it's always like that. At the end, she's like, "Oh, and then this man found me and gave me money and paid for all my college tuition."
You have to hire. You have to lie in that you have to hire the man that gave you the $15 at the end. It has. That has to.
Yes.
You ended up hiring him. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, is it that I hired him or that I married him? I mean,
Married him.
Married's better.
Oh God, that is LinkedIn porn at its best.
Yeah, that I would like that. I would love that. I would put a love right there.
Madeline, you have to do a video, and then just link it to, and then have your link to your research part in the comments, and see if you get more interaction.
What if Jessica and I post the same story, the homeless puppy story, and then we see who has more? And Tim, you posted.
We should all three of them do the same exact one, and see
all have to
who
marry
gets
the
more.
guy at the end.
Yeah. I'll win if I can get it in before Pride ends. Like I would just do all the Pride flags and be like, "Yes, Tim, we knew."
Perfect. Awesome. Well, I have to tell you, I was super nervous about starting off this podcast. This is the first time I had to start it off. It's a little rusty, but I think
you read your first one leading?
First one leading.
Nice.
Yeah,
all right.
Got it.
Yeah.
Piece of cake.
So, yeah. Well, next time we'll better and better each one.
Yep.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us for another episode of HR Famous, and we will talk to you soon. Enjoy the summer.